the role of media houses in addressing sexual and gender-based violence. My name is Wangu Kanja, and welcome to My Dignity Restored. Thank you. What is the role that media houses play in addressing sexual and gender-based violence? And looking more towards prevention. Because one of the things that we are trying to do as a country is put an end to all forms of sexual and gender-based violence. And one of the things that I actually try to understand is, I know media houses need ratings, but not at the cost of someone's life. And that's how I look at all the conversations that we keep on having on the different media houses, whether it's the TV station, a radio station, or any other form of media platforms that we use or engage with. The reason why I'm saying that is we tend to focus on more on Moshene, who said what, who has a nice bum. Vera Sidika has a nice bum, has nice boobs. For me, those are not important issues that we need to address as a country, because we have children who are losing their lives. We have women who are losing their lives. They're losing their reproductive health systems because somebody decided that raping a woman or raping a girl or even raping a boy is the solution to actually addressing his anger and resentment towards an individual or towards a community. And I'm concerned when we lose focus on issues that matter and we want to advance ourselves looking at the ratings. What if you as a presenter, you as a media personality, something like that happened to a person that is close to you? If you're a man, what if it happened to your mother, your wife, your daughter, your sister? What do you need to do as an individual? Because this is not, it's not my problem alone, it's our problem that we need to address collectively so that we can end all forms of sexual and gender-based violence. And looking at the blame game that women are doing certain things and men are not doing certain things, it's a conversation. We do not need to blame one party. And at times when I listen to Maina Kageni in the morning, it leaves a lot to be desired, because I don't understand how you as a person that can influence the society will not use your influence in a positive way to actually let people know. If there is an issue between a man and a woman, both of them actually have a role to play in addressing their issue. It's not about women, it's not about men, but we need to be sober enough to say we need to work towards prevention. And when we lose focus on what we are supposed to be talking about, and we talk about we actually glorify when a person is being abusive to other people, or when we we try to justify or rationalize when a person is wrong, the person is wrong, and we need to correct them. And men and women need to learn how to communicate, because the bottom line is, if people cannot communicate, then we are not going to be able to address the different forms of gender-based violence that we want eradicated, or we want them prevented, because over a period of time, I've always asked myself, if children listen to Menaka Again in the Room and other programs that we have that don't give a solution. When you talk about an issue, you actually need to put an end to it, because if you don't, then one of the things that you're doing is leaving a gray area for people to abuse that platform that you have given them. So we need to actually speak out against sexual and gender-based violence, and those media personalities or presenters actually need to make addressing sexual and gender-based violence as a priority, regardless of whether they will get ratings or not, because I know they need to be paid, but we need to be Kenyans. We need to address the issues that are affecting us as Kenyans, because remember, if you're not addressing it now, it affects our education system, it affects our development, it affects our mental health. If it affects me, it affects somebody else. So if we cannot talk about it, and we cannot channel information in the right way, then we are not contributing towards addressing sexual and gender-based violence. And they need, media houses need to make sexual and gender-based violence as one of their priorities, working towards talking about prevention, but also positively reporting about women, men who actually have gone beyond all odds. After going through traumatic experiences, they become better people. The general public needs to understand that any form of sexual and gender-based violence has consequences that are very expensive, one, to address, but also if people need to access medical services, for crying out loud, there are those people out there who need reconstructive surgery because somebody decided to violate them. Somebody decided to pour acid on them. Someone decided to use an iron bar and insert the iron bar or insert a bottle in her vagina or in other parts of the body that are used in different ways. So for me, it's one of the things that we need to address. We don't need to lose lives because somebody decided they were angry and that's the way they will address their anger and resentment. So media houses, you have your job cut out for you because you play a critical role in informing the general public, in educating the general public. The information is there. Organizations that will support you in with the content, with the information, with statistics, we have them. So reach out to them and make use of people who actually know of what they are talking about, because there is no need of just bringing someone to help them get better ratings by giving them airtime. We need people who will bring sanity back into our communities. So join me in preventing sexual and gender-based violence in our community or in our country, and hoping that the conversation of sex, sexuality, and sexual violence will be part of your discussions, and we need to call a spade a spade. If something is wrong, and we need to address it. So media houses, I'm calling out to you to work towards preventing sexual and gender-based violence in the country, because you have a responsibility, just as I have a responsibility, to address social issues that are affecting us as a country. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to My Dignity Restored.